Hey, it's Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to show you the actual pricing for $20,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 58-year-old female. Now, first thing I recommend is going directly to our website at funeralfunds.com and just clicking on one of our free quoters, and you can select the state that you live in. We're licensed in all 50 states, by the way. You can select the coverage amount you're looking for. And then put your birthday and the rest of the info in here. Click Get Quotes Now. It will take you to a page that's going to show you all the best insurance companies with all the lowest rates. And that will help you avoid two things. It will help you avoid those plans that you see advertised on TV and magazines and junk mail that advertise these really low teaser rates. And then when you actually call the insurance company up, that teaser rate is so little coverage that they then try to upsell you into more profitable plans for them that cost much more money. It will also help you avoid those plans that have mandatory 2-year waiting periods that aren't not going to pay any death benefit in the first 2 years if you die of a health or medical issue. We don't recommend those at all. But yeah, so really the first thing you should be asking yourself as a 58-year-old female looking for $20,000 worth of insurance is, is that amount of coverage going to cover your final expense needs? Now, typically that final expense need would be a cremation or a burial. So let's kind of look into that a little bit. The average cost of a cremation right now in the United States is between $1,000 to $2,000. That's if you come home in a cardboard box or an urn. And, if you're going to have some sort of a ceremony with that cremation, like a celebration of life or a remembrance ceremony, something like that, that's probably going to cost anywhere from $3,500 to $4,500. So for coverage, we would typically recommend, for that cremation where you come home in a cardboard box or an urn, right between $5,000 to $7,000 worth of coverage. Now you're probably saying, well, yeah, but if the cremation's $2,000, why are we looking at $5,000? Well, it's because you're 58 years old, and we're hoping you get to 68 and then 78 and keep going from there. And we know that the price of goods and services increase over time due to inflation, and cremations are no different. They're going to go up in price. So what we like to do is just get enough insurance to inflation-proof the plan so you never have to worry about your coverage again. And then, God forbid you died sooner than you thought. There's maybe a little extra money in there, maybe just take care of some other final expense bills, medical bills, or something like that. Now, if you're going to have the cremation in a service, we would typically recommend maybe $7,000 to $10,000. That's what most people would get. And again, that inflation proofs the plan and kind of does everything that we talked about just before here. Now, if you're going to get buried, the average cost of a burial right now in the United States is right around $10,000, give or take. And if you walk into a funeral home, and pretty much any funeral home in the United States with the $10,000 check, they'll help you get it done. It's not going to be anything fancy, I can assure you of that, but they'll help you get it done. I just can't imagine that they're going to say no to that and let you walk out the door and drive 2 blocks down the road and go to one of their competitors and they will take it. But just understand, it's not going to be anything fancy, but really typically what most people would get and what we help most people with at age 58 is typically like maybe $10,000 to $15,000. Depending on your budget, upward of $20,000. I mean, if your family has a history of living a long time, then we might suggest going a little bit more. But, just most of the people we work with are on a fixed or limited income. So we really try to just be respectful of their budgets. So if you're on a tight budget, just get the $10,000 for right now. That takes care of the most immediate need because it is first day coverage. And then we can always help you add more coverage later. One thing that we always recommend is first day coverage or benefits. We do not recommend the 2-year waiting period plans. Now, what first day coverage means, it means that hypothetically, if your plan were approved and issued today and you died tomorrow, the insurance company would have to send a check for $20,000 or $25,000 or $15,000, whatever your coverage amount was. So it's the best coverage. It's also got the lowest pricing. Now, some people will say, I like that first day coverage, but I'm not in the best of health. And I know those plans ask some health questions. So, what should I do? And we say, well, your health problems are our concern, not your concern, at least when it comes to this insurance. And that's why we work with so many different insurance companies, because all of them have different health questions and all of them have different underwriting. And what that means is we're averaging right around 95% of the people we help are getting first day coverage or benefits. So yeah, that only helps you out there to get that first day coverage or benefits. Really, the only reason somebody wouldn't qualify is if they had some sort of, really significant health issue going on already. Like maybe they had a terminal illness and they're going to pass away in the next 12 months. Or maybe they had dementia, or they're on dialysis, or in a hospital, or a nursing home, something like that. If that were the case, we would typically just refer you out to a different insurance company. Another thing that seems to happen every week is we get somebody that will call up and say, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week. They didn't have insurance. We don't have any money. Their body's down at the funeral home, and the funeral director is not going to do anything until he gets a check in his hand. So we need to get this insurance really quickly so that we can get a check in our hand to pay off the funeral home director. We have to let them know there's no insurance company in the United States that's going to issue a policy on a dead person, somebody who's already died. These plans do not work out that way. You have to be alive to qualify for them. And it's terrible. It's awful that this person who passed away, just didn't get this taken care of. They probably thought about it. They thought they would have time. And then one day they didn't have time. They went and died. So what a terrible legacy to leave behind, because now the family members are going to have to pay for this. And what typically happens is people put it on credit cards at 26% interest, and it takes years and years to pay off. And just, you could have done everything else right in life, and then you finish up with this, and this is what people are going to remember, that you put them in this situation. That's a terrible legacy to leave behind, and we don't want that to happen for you. So yeah, get this insurance before you need it. You got to get it, right away if you don't have it. And if you want to, you can start small. We can always help you add more coverage later. Now, we don't recommend the plans with 2-year waiting periods. And Colonial Penn, I guess they're fairly well recognized out there. I think it's probably because they advertise so much on TV. It seems like their TV commercials are playing every 7 minutes or something like that. But yeah, their $9.95 plan, if you did not know this, it's a 2-year waiting period. Ouch. Yeah, you probably didn't know that. And there's other companies out there that offer those 2-year waiting period plans, like Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha product, AIG, Gerber, boy, just a bunch of other companies too. And some of these companies have done a pretty amazing job of convincing the American public that if you're over age 50, the only thing you're going to qualify for is a plan with a 2-year waiting period. To which we always say, don't believe such nonsense, because we help people with first day coverage all day long. So Colonial Penn is a fairly well-known insurance company out there, I guess. They advertise a lot on TV. I think that's why they're so well-known. It seems like they got TV commercials playing every 7 minutes or something like that. Yeah, but a lot of people don't understand that their $9.95 plan is a 2-year waiting period. Yikes, right? Yeah, didn't know that probably, right? And there's other companies out there that sell those 2-year waiting period plans, like Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha line, AIG, Gerber, a couple other companies, and there's a bunch of other companies. That's the only thing they sell, is those plans with 2-year waiting periods. And just we don't recommend those at all. And because some of these companies have done an amazing job of convincing the American public that, if you're over age 50, the only thing you're going to qualify for is a plan with a 2-year waiting period. To which we always say, don't believe such nonsense, because we help people with first day coverage all day long. Now, our 58-year-old female here is probably thinking, man, I'm 58. I'm still pretty young. I bet after watching that $9.95 commercial, I can probably get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, probably even $50,000 for $9.95. And then she talks with the Colonial Penn agent, or goes on their website, like we've done for you here, and sees that a 58-year-old female right here, 1 unit of coverage, $9.95, is only going to buy $1,620 worth of insurance. Now, that may cover the cost of a cremation right now. But this plan's got a 2-year waiting period. It's not going to pay anything in the next 2 years for any death that's a result of a health or medical issue. So yeah, you're kind of already behind the 8 ball on this policy, and it only gets worse because as time goes on, in 2 years, $1,620 is not going to be worth that due to inflation. So prices do keep going up over time. Now, some people would say that, some of these companies that offer these plans with teaser rates, really low rates, that they offer those plans not to sell you those plans, but just to kind of bait you in to, giving your info and calling in and getting info. And then at that point, they try to upsell you once you see how minuscule the actual coverage is for those small teaser rates. And they try to upsell you into more profitable products for them that are more expensive. Now, we would never say that about Colonial Penn, but, some people say that's a concern, and you can kind of just look at that from your perspective and see what your thoughts are on that. But now we're going to try to get $20,000 worth of coverage. The challenge is going to be Colonial Penn only offers like 15 units. So let's see. So 13 units. So we'll definitely be able to get close, but you can't get $20,000 on the nose for a 58-year-old female because of this per unit price. That's the only way they can offer a $995 plan, is charging per unit, not by actual coverage amount. So you always end up with these really wackadoodle numbers. And in this case, $19,440, and that's going to be roughly $120. So let's go over and look at some first day coverage and see how much money we can save. So we got 20,000 female, age 58. And again, this is not even 20,000, close to, but it's 120. And we come over here and we can see it's 56. I'm going to go up and show you this because that's a heck of a difference. 20,000 for right around $56. So let me ask you this. Would you rather have 20,000 for $56, or would you rather have $19,440 for $120? Wow. Yeah. So in this case, Colonial Penn, they are way more than 200% more expensive than first day coverage. So why would you ever buy a plan that's over 200% more expensive, and it's got a 2-year waiting period, and they're going to make you overpay every single month for the rest of your life? And I'm going to round numbers. This is around 60. This is around 20. So that's like $60 more a month. It's actually more than that, but I'm just going to use easy math. So $60 a month times 12 months is right around $720. And if our 58-year-old lives to age 68, she will have overpaid right around $7,200. Now, I don't know about you, but I would rather you keep that money in your own pocket rather than give that to an insurance company. Do not overpay just because you fell into a marketing funnel, or however you got in touch with anybody that would sell you a plan like that. But let's take a look at some other companies here. And again, this is level coverage, first day coverage. That's exactly what you want. So let's take a look at some other companies here. And you'll be able to see all these different insurance companies. So 56. Here's one, Lumico, level coverage. So that's good. But 71, just say it's roughly $15 more a month. That'd be $180 a year. And after 10 years, you would overpay right around $1,800. So it's probably between $1,500 to $1,800 more that you would pay over 10 years. Why would you ever do that when you can just lock in a lowest rate right off the front and know that you're getting the best deal? And if you're not a smart consumer in this area, let us just help you be a smart consumer. We do that all day long. Let's look at some other companies. Well, here's one, Lincoln Heritage. They're a fine company, I guess, but yikes, look at that rate, 84. Ouch. It is first day coverage level right there. But yeah, why is it 84? Well, Lincoln Heritage has a deal where when you pass away, they will supposedly call 3 or 4 different funeral homes to get the lowest pricing. They may do a couple other things that they say as well too, but it's not free. You pay for that. It's $84 versus 84 versus 56. So roughly, it's not quite, but it's roughly $30 a month, pretty close anyway. So it's going to be $30 a month times 12 months is $360. If you live 10 years, our female is now age 68, she will have overpaid roughly $3,600, probably closer to $3,500, but it's right in there. So you got to ask yourself, is it worth overpaying a company $3,500 or so to, call 2 or 3 funeral homes and get the lowest pricing and then maybe do a couple other things, but it only took them an hour or so to do? Most people would say $3,600 an hour is a pretty good payday. So we don't recommend that. We recommend what you do is you lock in your lowest rate with a company like Trinity Life here. We can certainly help you out with them if you qualify. And then we offer on our website a free funeral and estate planning guide. And what you can do is you can just download that off our website, print it out, and then fill it out. Who gets what goes where, what you want done after you're gone. And then keep it with your insurance policy. And then when you pass away, your family's going to know that you protected them and that you loved them and that you cared for them. And they're going to be both protected financially with the insurance policy, but protected emotionally with the funeral and estate planning guide. And what a wonderful legacy to leave behind. What a wonderful gift. They will know that you are not always just protecting them in life, but you also protected them that one last time in death by taking care of this. What a wonderful legacy to leave behind. So just go to Funeral Funds of America. We've got a special quote for our YouTube listeners. It's funeralfunds.com/YouTube. And we've got a quote there that will get you the best discounts and the best rates. Take advantage of that. You can also call us at 888-862-9456. One of our agents can help you out with this. And if you've just got an existing policy and you want to price shop it to make sure you got the best deal, or you want to add coverage to that policy, we can help you out with that. If you are looking for brand new coverage or just have questions about what you might qualify for or what might be most appropriate, we can help you out with that. But we look forward to helping you get the most amount of coverage for the least amount of money. We will be blessed when we get to help you out with this. Until that day comes, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.